Brian Schottenheimer, brought to you by Black Rifle Coffee Company, the official coffee of the Dallas Cowboys. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
What's going on, buddy? Hey, happy birthday, Sean. I mean, hey, what's it feel like to join the over 60 club or whatever? what are you at, buddy? I mean, are we 50, 60? Where are we at, man?
I'm going to put you on the spot. How old do I look?
I would say you're early 40s.
Okay, 44.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of an insult. I'm mid-40s, but
There you go.
Over 43.
thank you, Coach. I do appreciate that. And look at the Schottenheimer. People are always like, "How's he been coaching for this long? He still looks that young." He's been in the league since the womb, basically.
Yeah. There's no question. Yeah, it's just good genes, I guess. I got better vision than my pops. He had those Coke bottle glasses, but pretty good genes, I guess.
Coach, how do you plan for or defend the tush push?
Well, I think the first thing you should do is go trade for a guy by the name of Quinnen Williams. I think
There you go.
that always helps. Now, really, there's not much you can do. I do think the league's done a good job. They're trying to make it officiating it the right way, where everybody's got to get off at the same time and things like that. But it's hard, guys. It's a battle of leverage, and again, it's funny because every time we play Philly, it's the first question, not just out of your guys' mouth. It's like every time I step to the podium, it's like the tush push.
Yeah.
And really, I want to be talking about, well, how do you stop Saquon Barkley? How do you stop Jalen Hurts? How do you stop? But it's always the tush push, and I get it. It's one of those plays that just kind of grabs everybody's attention, but it's very difficult to stop.
Do you view it like Dan Campbell, like, hey, they came up with something, give them credit? It's basic man on man. This is football, or like me, it's a bunch of BS, and you shouldn't be able to push players in the back and false start. Which way do you lean?
I go back and forth. I really do, just being honest. I think at the end of the day, if you come up with something and you're good at it, and if people are even talking about changing rules, then it means you're really, really good at something. And but again, I'm more of a give them credit, they're good at it, than hey, I think it should be illegal or whatever. I could go either way with it.
Coach, this is your first time as head coach that you're game planning for an opponent that you've already seen this season. Is that proven to have any advantages, or I guess do you just have to maybe throw out most of that out the window? How are you approaching that, getting to see them a second time?
Well, I think there's different challenges just because it's been this is a weird week. It's a unique week. These next couple weeks are going to be a little bit unique. Get home at 3:30 or whatever on Tuesday morning and right back at it pretty quick and into it. But the familiarity of getting ready to play a team the second time definitely helps. And what we do is each time we play an opponent that we are going to face or might face in the playoffs, we always, when we're watching the film, when we're done, we kind of make a list of things we would want to do differently or use ways we want to attack them more the next time we play them. And so we dusted that stuff off a little bit. But, again, that's kind of the starting point.
Coach, kind of going back on that to week one, and because they didn't have Carter for the whole game, because they added Phillips, and then we didn't have Clowney or Quinnen and Overshone and Logan, can you really get an accurate representation of either defense going back to that game?
I would say the answer to that is, probably no. Jalen Carter's an incredible player. We know that. He's, one of the more dominant forces inside that I've had to prepare for in a long time. And then certainly, I say this way, when they went and got Jalen Phillips, you knew, Vic Fangio, let's be honest. He's right now, he's the creme de la creme of defensive minds in the game, and the tree of coaches he's put out there is incredible. But for him to be interested in a guy like Jalen, having exposure and experience with him in Miami, just screams the fact that you knew the impact that he was going to have. And he's a great player. And again, they're extremely talented, man. Their front seven, I would put their front seven up there against anybody. I think Jordan Davis is playing great. The linebackers, Zach's a great player. You got Nakobe Dean, you got Campbell, and then, you got Cooper DeJean. They're really, really good. And they're a heck of a challenge. And those are the challenges that we look forward to.
Coach Brian Schottenheimer here on 105.3 The Fan. Love your football tutorials. So do the best you can in being generic to explain what Fangio does of lining up like this, and then it changes mid-play. Bobby attempted to give us a very subpar education on it earlier in the show.
Cover six.
So let's ask for yours, Coach, how things change mid-play and how complicated that is.
Yeah, well, it's all number one, I'm sure Bobby did a great job. I really do believe it. And matter of fact, Bobby shared his notes with me. So let me dust off his notes that he sent me so I can make sure I'm using the right words, Bobby, that we talked about.
Absolutely.
But no, at the end of the day, it's everything comes out of a cover 4 or a shell-based defense. And really, in reality, they've got a number of things they can do. So they can drop the strong safety down and play a version of 3 match where it's man-to-man across the board and the safety's hanging to the backside. They can drop the other safety down and play a form of 3-week buzz or 3-week match where they're playing man-to-man everywhere and the safety's tilted one side. They can play just true cover 4, which they'll do, where it's basically, quarters and they've got, 4 guys or 2 guys kind of back playing, quarters, and they're playing man across the board. But what he does a really good job of is the rotation in the cloud. They can change their cover 2 side. So they can cloud the passing strength. They can cloud the boundary. They can cloud a person. So hey, we want to cloud CD, so they're going to cloud CD. And it just puts the quarterback in a bind where he has to make, very, very quick decisions very late. So it affects his read process. And, of course, that little bit of hesitation allows the absolute dogs that they got rushing the passer to try to get closer to the quarterback and affect, what he's seeing and feeling.
See, Shan, just like I said. Okay. Now, all right. Coach, Dak had a quote to Mike Silver after the game where he said, "It's not one game at a time. We don't have that luxury. We've got to think of the whole thing. We have to go on a run." Are you guys at the point where your margins are such that you have to think about the rest of the season in a broader context than just week to week?
Yeah, we have to stack some wins. You guys know that. Our biggest thing is we've been, too inconsistent this year. We play really well, and then we take a step back, and then we play really well. And, we put ourselves in this position. It's a very competitive conference, as we all know. We're hanging around, but yes, we put ourselves in a position where we have to stack wins. We have to, go on a little bit of a run here where you're getting, obviously it starts with getting a second win in a row and then hopefully 3 and 4. And you want to be doing that this time of year anyways, guys, because you don't want to be able, let's win one and lose one because, going into the playoffs, you want to have confidence.
I know what your answer is going to be, but let's just see if it's different. What do you subscribe to more? The guys up front helping the secondary, or the secondary helping the guys up front?
Man, shoot, I'm a own the line of scrimmage guy, so I'm always going to start with the big fellas, and I really do believe that playing the quarterback position like I did at a very bad level, but playing it nonetheless. When you're getting knocked around and hassled up from the guys up front at the quarterback position, even in the run game, it's just it's tough, and so I'm going to go with the big fellas.
Coach, Monday was just the 3rd time that you guys have been able to put your offensive line out there, the one that you entered the season with, that you've had them all together. And we've heard, coaches, players talk about the importance of continuity. Could you just break down why continuity makes the entire line itself play better?
Yeah, well, everything that we do is orchestrated, right? They're all working together. It's not, 5 guys just, okay, you go block this guy, and the rest of the other 4 guys have to block one guy. There's combination blocks. There's deals where they have to be able to read each other's mind, and when defensive line games or stunts, so a guy's in the right B gap, and all of a sudden on the snap he moves into the left A gap. That involves not just the right guard, but the center and the left guard. And so, those things don't happen verbally. Those things happen instinctively. Those things happen based on guys working together. And the only way to develop that, guys, is to really not just play together, but to work together. And the way you work together in our league, different than basketball, right, is through practice. Like, I find basketball fascinating because I'm not saying they don't practice, but they play so many games. They've got their shoot-arounds and things like that, where our game is we practice way more than we play. And so you need those things where you can just, hey, I trust that Tyler Smith's going to be there if I'm Cooper Beebe. I didn't make that call, but I know he feels this, and I think that's why it's so important that you get those 5 guys working together as much as possible.
Brian Schottenheimer joining us here, 105.3 The Fan. Coach, I love other people's drama, not my own. I love other people's, and that's what's going on in Philly. I'm sure you've heard about the A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts drama, his usage or lack thereof. What have you seen on film? Is he not being used? Is he open? Is he covered? Like, what have you seen from and your thoughts on the amount or lack that they've used him?
Well, again, I mean, look, they've got a philosophy, and right now their philosophy is winning games in terms of the way they're playing. And I get it. AJ's an incredible player, and I'd be honest with you, Nick, Sirianni, his staff know how to use him better than I would. But and it's very political for me to say that. But like in reality, I don't want to piss them off either. So I want to be very honest and say, look, at the end of the day, they're charged with winning games, and that's what they're doing. And Jalen's got a ton of weapons, and AJ's a great player. Devontae Smith's a great player. Goddard's a great player. Saquon Barkley obviously is a guy they probably should hand the ball off to quite a bit. So, again, different than you, I like to deal with my own drama than dramas.
Wasps and snakes and wildlife.
Snakes, yeah.
Brian Schottenheimer joining us here on 105 through the Fan. Schotty, so there's been a lot of moving parts in the secondary due to injuries, obviously, and you guys appear to be pretty healthy there right now, but you're still missing Trayvon Diggs, who remains on IR. How's he progressing, and is there anything you guys do differently to try to make sure players remain engaged when they are on the shelf?
Oh, yeah, I mean, absolutely. Number one, he's doing really good, progressing well. We keep guys very involved. I mean, they go to meetings. They do everything that the normal players do. They just can't, they can't practice, and, that's hard on them sometimes. But while we're practicing, they're out there with us, and they're, doing their rehab drills with Britt Brown and Jim Maurer and their staff. And, at the end of the day, I think the bigger thing for me is when you talk about our secondary, it was so great to get both the safeties back last week, both Hook and Donovan Wilson. And I'd be crazy if I didn't mention just, how well, Duran played great. Obviously, that's come to be expected from him. But, again, Kalen Carson, man, he played really, really well. And we've been on Kalen about raising his level of urgency 4, 5, 6 weeks ago. And, man, he really stepped up. And then, of course, it was great to get Revel out there and watch him, play with his physical confidence style. And so I think we're really excited about kind of where we are right now in our secondary.
Talking about all those guys that you got back and obviously the guys that you added, Logan Wilson, Quentin Williams, you guys like that to the defense, does it feel a little bit like you guys have the benefit down the stretch of being a defense that the league hasn't gotten really to see on tape?
I think that's fair. I really do. I think that's fair. I think, anytime we've been saying this for a long time. There's help on the way. We obviously didn't anticipate the Quinnen thing, and that's obviously a game-changing deal just because he's such a talented player, but also an incredible young man and teammate and all that stuff. But I would say that's fair. But, again, we've done it once. Now we have to do it again. And I go back to my comment earlier about, we got to be consistency and we got to compete every day and be the best version of ourselves. And at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. But to do it once doesn't matter. Like we said, we got to stack wins, and the defense is going to have to play really well this week because we're playing a very, very good football team with a very, very good defense. And I'm not saying it's going to be a low-scoring game, but the way they've been playing lately is they've been holding people to low-scoring numbers.
Coach, against the Raiders, you obviously sat CD and George Pickens, future Hall of Famer George Pickens, by the way, for that first possession.
Choppy's the president of the fan club.
Yeah, tell George I need a number 3 jersey.
Hey, I want to be a member of that as well because I'm already in CD. So put me in, send me the mailer or flyer or whatever I got to say.
I got you. But take me through the thought process, the philosophy of wanting to discipline a player or players, send a message versus the impact that it could have on the team and ultimately the outcome of the game and how you go through that decision making process.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, I think it's pretty easy, guys. We have a standard of things that we, want to do and what we expect from all of our guys. And, again, my job is to uphold that. And at the end of the day, we did that. And like I said, you guys saw my reaction. We made the decision that we made. We had great conversations. They both understood why we did it. And then, of course, after CeeDee's first touchdown, you guys saw how excited I was to go over there and love on those guys because, again, they're like, my kids. Like, I love them. And sometimes, when they do something that doesn't maybe marry up with exactly what you're trying to build, then you have to, have different conversations. But, man, I love those guys, and I thought the energy that they brought after they went back in the game was just incredible, and our guys fed off of it.
Last and most important question, can you hold your liquor?
Yes, I can. And you guys know why. Because you guys bought me those wimpy-ass lemons that really even cut into the vodka. I mean, all I could taste was vodka when I used your guys' lemons. I mean, literally, it's like I was like, golly, this is the strongest drink I've ever made. But it's because you guys gave me those wimpy-ass lemons.
You're forgetting it's my birthday. You already forgot. It was only 15 minutes ago. You were nice. Don't be mean.
I'll handle the lemons next time, too, Schotty. Don't worry. We'll make sure they're handled.
I love it, and I'm going to get you guys some nice liquor, and believe me, the lemons will be huge. So don't worry about that.
Coach, thank you so much. Radio Gold, as always. Best of luck on Sunday. We can't wait to watch.
All right, guys. Appreciate you. Happy birthday, brother.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Brian Schottenheimer, brought to you by Black Rifle Coffee Company, the official coffee of the Dallas Cowboys.